let's talk about Turo. Is it a passive income idea? Short answer is no. Turo is not a passive income idea. I know a lot of people that are wanting to get in the game, they want to get into Turo, and they say, I just want to make a little side income passively. Well, you're using the wrong word because it's not passive. It's easy-ish because apps like Turo and Get Around and stuff like that, they provide the base for you. So they provide the customers, they provide the marketing, they provide the interface, they take care of a lot of the stuff, but it's not passive. There's a couple things that you still have to do. First one is you still have to work on and do customer communication. So going back with the guest, if they have a problem, you have to help them. If they need to call you for something, you need to be there to pick it up. And it's not a lot of the time that you're communicating with guests. I mean, between us having 23 cars, it's not really that big of a role, but there still is communication. There's ways to mitigate communication and kind of make it easier on yourself, and that would be automated messages. So you can go in on Turo, you can make automated messaging, but you still have to go back and forth and talk to the guests, make sure that they don't need anything, and if they do need anything, just making sure that you're there to help them solve their problems. Second reason why it's not passive is because you still have to move the cars around. So maybe you have to take it, deliver it to them, or maybe you have to go clean it, or maybe you have to take it to the maintenance shop, or maybe you have to move wherever. I mean, there's places where you have to take it. Usually those are the ones. You have to take it to the mechanic shop, you have to take it to get it cleaned, or you have to take it for delivery. So airport or their location, whatever that setup may be. So you're still having to move cars around. And there's no way to really passively set that up unless you build an operation where people are taking care of it for you, which is ideal. That's the best way to do it. The third reason it's not passive is because you still need to continually be looking at everything. You need to be looking at your cars that you have, how much they're generating, are they worth it, are they coming to a point where I need to sell them? And a lot of people don't really do this. You don't have to do this, but it's not something you can compare to real estate or the stock market, because things like that, they will always compoundingly, that's a word, go up. They'll always continually go up in value, and you don't really have to do anything. Stock market, especially real estate, you have to fix things along the way, but in essence, truly, you don't have to worry about when should I sell it, because you can hold things like that forever. But when it comes to vehicles, which are always, they have problems and you have to fix it, but then they have more problems and you got to fix it, then they lose revenue, which is depreciation. You have to find the balance of when should I sell it, when should I buy it. So it's not passive in that sense as well. Also, when you scale, there's more things that you have to worry about. Where am I going to park these cars? How am I going to do insurance? You run into more and more things. So the easiest way to go passive is co-hosts, but it's still only passive to an extent. They're not going to take care of, okay, how well is this car performing, revenue versus cost versus what I could put that money into on other cars to make money. They're not going to look at that. There's a couple people which are investors and they're just looking to have write-offs. Those people are playing a passive game because they'll give them to the co-hosts and they don't care. Like they don't care how much it makes. They just know that they just wrote that chunk off in their taxes. But unfortunately for the rest of us, that's not an option. So when you give it to a co-host, you still have to look at the numbers. You still have to look at whether it's worth it to keep it or whether you should sell it. So an answer being, Turo is not a passive business. I don't think it'll ever be a passive business. You still have to put some sort of work in. If you want it to be more passive than you doing it yourself, co-hosting is the best option. There's always co-hosts in every single city for the most part, and you'll be able to find somebody to help you out. But of course, you have to give up revenue for that, but it's just what you got to do. So thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next video.